Honor to be here. Are we starting right now?
Yeah, we're about to go.
Oh,
live.
damn.
Well, okay. Well, good evening, everybody. All those that are on, just want to say hello, and glad you're here. It's an honor to be here. Thank you guys for inviting me. Thank you, Sober Fausto,
Yes,
for
Fausto.
linking me with you guys. It's just a privilege anytime that we represent recovery, because there was a time I represented the disease.
Yes.
Oh, yeah.
Yep.
I was 100%, out there. First of all, my name is Dino. I'm a recovering alcoholic and addict, recovering liar, cheat, thief, womanizer, you name it, man. I'm recovered from all that today. My sobriety date is...
Wait, Dino, you're not going yet.
No. Whoa.
We'll tell you-
Dino is
Dino's on fire.
Yes. Wait, we gotta.
Everybody, what's up? Can I
Holy
get a camera
smoke,
on
Dino,
on
you
myself?
are on fire.
What are you guys doing?
I'm on fire.
All right, Shane. Can we get a camera on Shane tonight? Everybody ready to get this party started up in
There's
here?
my baby right there.
Where's Shane?
Where's
Get
your
that
baby?
camera on Shane.
That her?
Check out Shane. You're live.
She don't-
Shane and I decided to do a little something different.
Yeah, baby.
We're back from vacation. We're
Yeah.
feeling freaking good.
Feeling
Where'd you guys
great.
go on vacation?
We got Dino in the Shane had a.
I had
medical-
an operation.
Yeah.
Should we talk about it?
We can
or
talk about it,
Nah,
yeah.
we're not
No,
talking
we're not.
about
It's
it.
Fine.
not about you tonight.
Let's talk about my hemorrhoids.
No.
Say it ain't so, Shane. Say it ain't so. 2 weeks off because of hemorrhoids? What?
No.
Yeah. All right.
But
Natalie's
we're back in the studio.
Hell yeah.
Hello, everyone.
I just have to say, I think the boys felt left out because your girl always comes with the hair.
Yeah, we
And
did feel left out.
Tonight, I'm not with the hair at all. This is all natural, but my boys are coming
I had
with
to take
it.
mine off. I'm sweating. You look really
What?
good. You gotta
I'm keeping mine on
you
the
gotta
whole,
keep yours on, bro.
night.
You
Chad-
know, you know what?
Chad's
I dare
weird.
you to sneak
Oh,
into
damn,
your-
my headphones keep falling off.
You know
though.
why? Because he wanted to do one of these guys. Wait, put the camera back on me. You guys all know, all the boys, I feel like, especially in the younger generation right now, are doing this type of vibe with their hair.
You know what I dare you to do? I dare you to sneak into your wife's tonight and with the wig on.
She'll,
With the wig on. I want to hear. She will scream, bro. She will not. No,
he might not come out alive.
Seriously.
You're gonna think Justin Bieber's in
Is
that.
there a gun in the house?
What do you guys? Can I get some comments on what do you think about the hair?
I like it.
You like me better with hair or without?
Hall and Oates. Joel said
Hall and Oates. That's hilarious.
That is funny. Hall
Meek
and
said,
Oates is
"Please,
funny.
no hair." Brittany
Or Kurt
said,
Cobain.
"Yes."
Oh,
Kurt Cobain a little.
Kurt Cobain.
Hey, Kat. Hey, Courtney. Summer. Eileen.
Casey's in the house.
AC's in the house.
Hello.
Put the wand over everybody. Marisol's in the house. Julie.
We got
Anna.
Check it out. We got Ian up in here.
Jasper, Scott, Joe
Alicia.
B. Joe B's at work. I see you, bro. I see you.
S is on the. There's
Julian.
There we go. He's driving.
Wow.
Where's our
Scott
stripper?
S right there.
Right here. No. Oh, I'm sorry. I don't do that anymore.
Scott S
20
is in the
bucks.
van driving the boys.
Oh yeah,
Okay.
Joe B's the one that I always
There we
Yeah.
go.
I always think is he is
Yeah,
working.
he's working.
He's
That's
working.
what-
He's
Scott S is
working,
working.
or he's getting ready to go dance somewhere.
Yeah, one or the other.
He's like the
He's
construction
moonlighting
worker.
for money.
the
And notice how the lights are just perfect on him.
Stop it.
It's just barely coming on him. If he gets undressed, just a little shadow, you know?
I see our boy Ian is in the house. I see you, Ian. I see you, bro.
I see Chad McIntyre.
Yeah.
What's going on,
What's up,
Chad?
Chad?
What's going on, guys?
Courtney,
And-
Kat.
Hello, everyone.
Joel,
Come the names
our
are
boy.
for some reason now.
All right, well let's
Okay,
get
let's get in
let's
it.
get this
Alright,
party
yeah,
started.
let's
We got 46 people
Well, let
up
me
in here.
Fling my hair.
Yeah, there you
Yeah.
go.
Mine's all natural too, man.
There you go.
Real quick,
57
everybody.
And I have all my
Nice.
Nice.
Wel-
There you go.
welcome,
That's awesome.
welcome to the Hopeaholics Recover Out Loud every Tuesday night
Yeah.
meeting.
Yes.
Thank you guys for showing up. Just a friendly reminder. Fuck motherfucking fentanyl.
Yeah.
Fuck that shit. We exist because fentanyl, hit my home. It hit my home. And I put a post out this morning because we just put his ashes out at sea on Saturday.
My
And-
condolences.
and I had just got back from a family vacation on Friday, and I just wanted you guys to know it was bittersweet because the memories that I have of Justin, the last good memories that we have together was doing exactly what I did on my family vacation. And then there was another part of me that, just felt a sense, my whole family felt a sense of somebody wasn't there, and it's true. He wasn't there. And it's been 2 years. It's coming up on 2 years. And, out of the tragedy, birthed the Hopeaholics podcast. And we, at that point, joined the movement. We did not create the movement, the Recover Out Loud movement, but we joined the Recover Out Loud movement. And we are here to stay until, until our mission is complete, until our mission is complete. And I don't see that mission ever being complete because addiction runs rampant. And, part of our mission is breaking the stigma behind addiction and mental health, man. Yeah. And letting everybody know that help's available. Mm-hmm. It's crazy to me to think that people don't know that help is available.
Yeah. I didn't even know recovery
existed,
like
right?
33.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And I was introduced to recovery through church.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean?
Well, we're going to turn it over to Dino, guys, because you guys didn't come here to listen to Chad or Natalie or Shane. Have Dino grab his mic a little bit closer to him. Oh, he's got his live on here. You want me to? We'll set up your live right here.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, let's go.
Okay.
He'll take that.
All right.
And then you guys already know the drill. This is not. If whatever you work for your sobriety, this is not your traditional 12-step program. This is just like we always call it, like a little cherry on top. Then when you start, you're gonna see a little timer up there.
Okay.
And Joel, he is the man, and his service in this meeting is the bomb. He's like our timekeeper, and you see your timer up there.
Yeah.
It's set at basically 25 minutes, and then you'll hear like a little
ding.
And you can finish before that too. There's no pressure whatsoever. And then you guys know when we open it up, you get 3 minutes, and then you'll hear the timer, and then you get like 15, 30 seconds to sum it up. And then our lovely Emily is in the house, and she will just all of a sudden mute you so that way everybody gets a chance to share.
And Dino, your camera's right here, so if you talk to us, you're talking to them.
Okay.
Right here too, if you want to look. You got your.
Yeah, I know.
Yep, you're right there. Boom.
Cameras all over me.
Everybody, let's welcome Dino, man.
Yeah, baby.
Dino, thank you so much for being here.
Yeah.
And take it away.
All right. Well, good evening, everyone out there. Thank you for tuning in. Thank you guys for having me here. Again, my name is Dino. I'm a recovering alcoholic and addict. Let's see. It's kind of weird because I'm so used to that typical, I'm an alcoholic. You know what I mean? And I love this. This is so neat, man, what you guys are doing, man. You're bringing recovery, and it doesn't matter. Like I tell people, I don't care how you get sober.
Totally.
Get sober.
Yeah.
Get sober, man. Find a way. Just get help. Let's see, man. My sobriety date is February 24th, 2001. So been around for a little bit, you know, man.
Good for you.
Yeah,
that's
cool.
that's some years, brother.
And I'm a hardcore alcoholic addict, man. I'm a liar, cheat. When I got here, spiritually, emotionally bankrupt in all aspects of life, man. My disease, my addiction started way before I ever took a drink or a drug. It started out, I broke into houses at a young age. At the age of 5, I broke into my neighbor's house and ate graham crackers, cookies, and and we got caught. It was me and my sisters. And my dad beat the crap out of me. And I remember sitting at the front, at the front door patio and watching all the other kids play. And at age 5, I go, what's wrong with me? What's wrong with me? And the behavior continued. I started breaking into all the neighbors' homes. I was the kid that stole your skateboard, your bicycle. Juvenile hall. I had Anaheim PD show up to my elementary in 3rd grade. Detectives pull me out of class, put me in their car, had me drive around the neighborhood and point at all the houses I broke into. When I was about 16, there was a article in the Orange County Register, and it had an aerial view of our neighborhood and said crime rate in this area goes up like 60%, and a lot of it had to do with me breaking into homes.
Wow.
And so my first stint in juvenile hall, age 9, in and out of juvenile hall, YGC, Los Pinos. I did all that. You know, the disease has, man, jails, institutions, and death. I am going to speak a lot of 12-step, so please if 12-step is not your thing, don't trip, man. I'm not here to push 12-step. I'm here to push recovery, and that's the thing. So in and out of jail, you know, my disease, you know, started smoking pot in 5th grade. You know, like, you know, I mean, just wanted to be cool. Smoking pot in 5th grade. Are you guys familiar with Anaheim? Okay, you know where Brookhurst Junior High is?
Yeah.
You know the gym? We used to climb that gym and smoke pot up there in 7th grade. You know what I mean? That's insanity, right? So did my first line of meth in 9th grade in high school. And that was the turning point, man. I thought I did a line of coke. We were in guitar class, and a buddy goes, "Hey, do you know you want a line?" I'm like, "Yeah, man." And we did it on the guitar right in front of the high school, man. And I went home and I cleaned my room, right? I cleaned the garage, and I was like, "Oh man, this stuff is awesome." And a relationship began at that moment, and it didn't stop till I was 33.
Wow.
You know what I mean? And I did my gels, prison, opened up Lancaster State Prison. You know, I got an H62813 number. You know what I mean? So, like, that's where the disease takes you, man. Takes you to the most vile places that you don't think you would ever imagine going, you know? I turkey-based dope. Do you guys know what that is?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Same like that.
Oh, see, how you got the hemorrhoids. You know what I mean? So, you know what I mean? And people make fun of it, but it's like, that is insanity. That's like, how do you, like, hey, how you want to get high tonight? Yeah, let's bend over just to get up our butts.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? That's just insanity.
For sure.
You know what I mean? That's not normal. That's not like, hey, let's go have a beer on the weekend. Hey, yeah, let's bend over. You know what I mean? It's just, so I take it to the limit, man. I don't know how to do things in moderation. I do everything to the extreme. You know what I mean? I decided, and then, of course, you go through that induced psychosis from, you know, and back in 2000, people were going through the psychosis back then.
Yeah.
And actually in 96, I went through it really bad, and I go through some demonic spiritual psychosis, man. I believe demons are out to get me. I'm ready to sell my soul to the devil, you know. And I'm thinking God wants nothing to do with me. I'm just a complete loser. My family doesn't want me. The homeless people don't want me. The bars don't want me. The meth addicts don't want me. So, but I'm ready to cross this spiritual line of a permanent solution for a temporary problem. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? And in 96, I was in Anaheim, and I was staying in a motel with some tweaker chick, and you were just talking about that 4th and 5th step. Uh-huh. And this is the fear that people get into because they think that I'm not ready to take a look at myself and see what a dirtbag I was. I was in this hotel, and I was listening to the voices in my head, and I was ready to cross that line, and I put my hands around her throat, and I was going to choke her to death. And something stopped me, and she got out and ran out of the room. And I go, okay, the cops are going to show up. Here's what I'm going to do. There's a field right next door. It was a Motel 6 right on Brookhurst and Orange, right across from Stater Brothers. There's this field, and I go, I'm going to go I went out in that field and I was waiting for the cops and I was going to do a suicide by cop. That was my best thinking. And I ended up at a church in Fullerton called New Wine Church. And it was around midnight, and my buddy took me there. And it was a biker church, lowrider church, kind of like Set Free, but little bit different. And this was on a Sunday, like around 11 o'clock. Both the pastors were there at 11. They were shuffling paperwork. And my buddy takes me upstairs, and I remember both these men prayed over me. They prayed over me. And I truly believe at that moment I was baptized in the Spirit. I truly believe at that moment I was baptized in the Spirit. I felt all them years I was out seeking to feel something, I felt it that night. I felt this calmness, this peace, this love, something I've never experienced before. And I was like, oh, this is it. And they sent me out into the desert, and I did this whole beans and rice and Jesus Christ, right? Did it for, I think I was out there for like 4 months. They brought me back out. I lived at the church. I lived at the church for a couple months, and I was on fire. I was on fire for God. I was like in my word. I was getting, I love this, right? Then they introduced me to Alcoholics Anonymous. They said, hey, you can't live at the church anymore. You need to go to this sober living down the street. And the overseer for the church knew the guy who was managing the house, and it was an old running buddy of mine. I didn't know him by his real name. He said, hey, a guy named Paul's coming to get you. And I was like, I don't know Paul. And then when he showed up, he was in a little Ford Escort. He pulls up and sees me, and I see him, and I go, Rocky. It's fucking Rocky, man. And I go, Rocky. And the first thing out of my mouth is, I don't know whatever you're into, but I want a piece of it. That spirituality just went right out the window. And he looked at me and he goes, no, bro, man, I'm sober. You're coming in my sober living. You're going to go to meetings. You're going to stay sober. You're going to go find a job. And I'm looking like, who is this dude? Because me and this dude used to run hard, right? And I'm like, all right. And that was my first introduction into recovery. And it was all through the church. And I stayed sober for about almost 3 years. And then I relapsed. I was that guy in the meetings that would say, hey, man, take that first step, take that third step, make it your first step. You need to get God. You need to read Matthew, Mark, Luke, and John. You need to repent. And people were laughing at me, and I didn't understand why. But I was doing it, and life started happening. I got the job. I got the beautiful girl. Was going on vacation, but I didn't have hemorrhoids. You know what I mean? And but then I took a job in a bar as a bouncer, because I used to do that for many years. And I worked in this place for a year without drinking or using. And that thought came into my head, I'm not an alcoholic or an addict. And I started drinking again. And within 6 months, I was back demise, man, but just further down. I had my dad living with me, and my girlfriend at the time decided to leave me. She saw the change because I'm out of here. She's gone. I'm left alone in this apartment, and my dad came to live with me, and I'm taking all the money for rent, and I'm buying drugs, buying alcohol. It's a party house. I end up getting a job across the street at the bar across the street. I'm bringing everybody over because I just don't want to be alone, and I'm just, trying to slowly kill myself. And once again, I'm having these spiritual awakenings. I'm alone in my room. Back then, I don't know, how old are you?
50, your age.
Okay. Do you remember them old compact computer books that used to keep phone numbers in? It was like before phone books.
No.
They were like a calculator, a phone book, and you put your name in, and then you hit save, and it would save all your numbers and addresses. I had one of those, And I remember being alone in my room, and I have all these knives, and I have this huge butterfly knife, and I'm wanting to die. I'm wanting to die. I'm thinking, how did I get back here? And I take this butterfly knife, and I'm dragging it across my body, man, and I'm just trying to find the courage. But see, I'm too much of a pussy.
Yeah.
I'm too much of a pussy, right? And I'm just trying to find the courage, man, to stick this thing in my body because I just don't want to feel what I'm feeling anymore. And I pick up that little compact mini computer thing, and I'm going through it, and I'm like, I need to talk to someone. And I look down. I used to have a tax lady named Donna Lord.
Wow.
And I think one time when I looked up her name, I put Lord and I hit saved, not knowing that there was a reason why I did this. And I looked down, and on the screen it says, Lord, you just got to call upon me. You just got to call upon me. And I was like, did I do it? No, man, I still had to suffer some more. Put my dad on the streets. I remember getting that knock on the door, Orange County Sheriff's. My dad doesn't have a clue what's going on. He's just another victim of my insanity. And so I'm like, Dad, we got to go. We got to get as much as we can. And we get him out there, and I go down the street. I go get 2 hotel rooms, one for him. I pay 2 nights for him. I get one for me. The next day, I jump in the moving truck. I don't see my dad for like a year and a half.
Wow.
That's the kind of son I am when I'm in my disease. I don't give a fuck about nobody. It's about me. And didn't talk to my dad that whole time I was out there, man. I didn't talk to him till once again, I go through these these where I feel God is trying to reach me, but I'm defiant. You know, I know He loves me, but in my mind, He doesn't want nothing to do with me. So I'm on a run. I'm living in a warehouse with other tweakers and alcoholics, and this is in 2002, right at like the end of 2000, and I'm with this young lady, and we're living in this warehouse in Orange, right across from the Orange PD, in a warehouse, tweakers, alcoholics, people practicing witchcraft, and I'm just in this dark place, and I remember once again, I want to die. I want to die because I don't know how I got back here, and I walk up to the warehouse was right there on Batavia and Catella, and I walk up to the railroad tracks early one morning because I go, okay, I know how I'm going to do it. I walk over by Jack in the Box, and I'm sitting waiting for the metro. I'm going to jump in front of the metro. I'm there for like an hour and a half. Metro doesn't show up, so I walk back with my head down. You know, like, oh, I can't even do it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
As I get to the corner of Catella and Batavia, the metro comes. And once again, I'm just like, I can't even fucking kill myself. The drugs it's a slow death, but I want to die now. And I go back to the warehouse, and I some other things happen, but I end up getting down to Lincoln and Batavia, and I'm with this guy named Roach, and we're in his car, and I remember just saying, dude, I can't do this anymore, and I jumped out of the car. It's late February, and it's raining. And I get out of the car, and I start walking, and this is when I had my epiphany, my God moment. God started speaking to me. God says, are you really done? I've heard this before from you, and I'm tired. I'm tired of your bullshit. You know what I mean? And I go, I'm done, man. I can't do this anymore. And he goes, we'll see. Take off all your jewelry. So I take off all my jewelry and I start tossing it just as I'm walking. And then he goes, take off your shirt, take off your jacket. And I had a really nice big down coat jacket because it was raining. So I take it off. let it lay. And there's a moral to where I'm getting at. And then he goes, take off your shirt. And I'm like, God, come on, man. It's pouring rain. He's take it off. I'm like, how serious are you? I go, okay. So I take it off. Now I'm just left in my jeans and my shoes. And I'm like, oh, please don't make me take off my pants. Please don't make me take off my pants. I get to the end of Batavia, and there's this gravel yard. And he's kind of giving me this countdown. You better make a decision, kind of like that third step. You know what I mean? So I get to the Lincoln and Batavia, and there's this gravel yard. I don't know if you guys are familiar. That RJ Noble right next to the 57 freeway. It was Sunday morning, and the gates were closed. And those gates had a representation for me. They were heaven. They were heaven's gates, and they were closed. And I was denied. And I remember looking at them gates and just hitting my knees and surrendering right there in front of Lincoln Boulevard in the pouring rain, half naked. Cars are driving by, right? Honking, like, look at this freak, look at this weirdo. And that was my surrender right there. That was February 23rd, 2001.
Wow.
And since that day, now, I was there for about an hour, and this little old lady came pulling up. And for some reason, I got up from my knees, and I ran to her car. And I don't know why I did. God told me, just go. And I ran to her car, and she goes, excuse me, are you a Christian? And I said, and I just shared a brief what had just happened. I go, this is what just happened to me. And she goes, I want you to know I came all the way from Hawaiian Gardens on Lincoln Boulevard in the pouring rain because God told me to come this way. She goes, when I saw you, I knew you were the reason why. God has heard you, and you're going to be okay. He's heard you.
Wow.
And I was like, and that was the beginning of a new life for Dino. All I knew, I had to get myself back into the rooms, and there's still a story in that, but I've made it back to the rooms. But from that day, I haven't had a desire to drink or use. I live in the solution today. I no longer want to die because I know there's solution for everything that goes on in my life today. I got back into a low bottom energy, sober living, and there's a story with that too. I remember getting into this sober living. The manager of the house didn't want me because I'm very loud and obnoxious, right? And he didn't want me. He thought I was going to fuck up the vibe. And he told me, he goes, I don't even want you in my house, but I'm going to give you an opportunity. He goes, if you just follow some direction, your life will change. I was, all right, dude, whatever. And we sit down doing the intake, and he starts asking me all these questions like where my ID was, my social security card, where's my 401k, where's my health card, do I have it? And I'm like, because I threw everything away that day when I was walking down Batavia. I threw my wallet away because I literally thought I was going to die that day. And you know what I mean? And so I didn't have anything. And he goes, do you have any keys? And I go, yeah. And I pulled off my side, and I go, yeah, I got some keys. And he goes, what are they to? And I go, nothing. You know what I mean? Still holding on to some of that, like, I think I'm about something, and I'm not. And he goes, listen, bro, you're 33. You ain't got a pot to piss in. Let's reevaluate some things. It's just, if you just show some willingness to do some things around here, your life will change. And I just got busy. I got busy in a 12-step program, started going to meetings, got a sponsor, did a thorough 4th and 5th. For me to share something like what I just shared earlier, that's the depth you got to go. Because if you don't, we'll drink and use again.
For sure.
And I know that today. Started going to meetings. started just kicking ass, started having fun in recovery, started living life, man. I still practice the same principles I do when I first got here. I'm still in 4 meetings a week. We do a big book study on Monday nights, a big book study on Tuesday nights, and I'm missing it tonight for this. I recently started going to the Friendship Club on Wednesday nights. We do a Pioneer Speaker meeting on Thursday nights.
Wow.
I have a couple sponsees. I'm not one of these guys. I got to have 10 sponsees. I keep it really simple. I own a few sober living homes, so I get to help some men recover from that hopeless state of mind, just the way I did. And that's where Papa Roach comes from. They look at me as like a big papa. I have a beautiful wife, beautiful grandson. The man now, when I was in that sober living, I called my dad, "Hey Pops, I'm back in sober living. I'm getting sober." And his response was, "I don't give a fuck," and he hung up. Wanted nothing to do with me. When I was a year sober, I called my sister to let her know, "Hey, I'm celebrating a year. Can you come and give me a little support? Because I've been feeling a little lonely." And she's like, "Yeah." She brought my nieces and nephew. Unbeknownst to me, she brought my dad. And I didn't know my dad was going to be there. And I was able, that day when he walked in, I was at the podium sharing. He walked in, I saw him, and I broke down, man. And I was able to make my amends to that man. And, he passed away 2 years ago. And one of the biggest losses in my life. But I know, man, he's with God. The greatest gift I gave him was that I was sober today. I mean, that's priceless. You know what I mean? And I have a tattoo of him on my arm. Before he passed, I had 5 sisters and 1 brother, and I am the derelict of the family. He's a cancer survivor, and he ended up becoming above the knee amputee. And because I'm sober today, I was able to be there for him in means where I've never been able to be there for anybody, because I'm a taker when I'm out of my disease. And when it came towards the end, he had to make a decision on which family member was going to have to make that decision. And he picked me. The man, when I don't give a fuck out of, you know what I mean? And that was a direct result of the gifts of this program, that you can't put a price on that, man. That was just suiting up, showing up, sometimes shut the fuck up. You know what I mean? I don't know everything. I need to have an open mind. I need to be willing to go to any length to chase my recovery, because I went to any length to get loaded. And I wish people would realize that. Change mindset, change of behavior. I'm no longer a liar, cheat, and a thief. I recovered from those things. Relapse is not only on drugs, relapse is on relationships. Chaos, drama, chaos and drama, because I see that a lot. Running a house, I see the man come in, and it's just a gift to be able to try to be a good example today. And I'm not perfect. I fall short every day. I do a lot of things I do to stay sober on a daily basis. I do a morning live feed every Monday through Friday.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, I do a morning meditation on Facebook Live. Read a few scripture, read out of the daily reflections. Try to be, just being proactive. I started my own clothing apparel called Sober Soldiers Apparel. I do all kinds of neat stuff, man. I MC bike nights at different bike events. I go places where probably wouldn't really suggest a lot of newcomers go, but man, my recovery is strong today because I take insurance out on it daily. You know what I mean? I take a full coverage insurance. I do that. God, you got me today? Yeah, so life is good, man. And if you're new, if you're struggling, my suggestion is reach out. I mean, there's so many ways, whether it be mental health. I don't care what you're suffering from, man. Just reach out, get some help. I was a mental health worker for almost 9 years as a care clinician. Gifts of the program because I didn't even graduate high school. So, I mean, if you stay sober, man, you can do anything. Look at what you guys are doing in this recovery movement based on like what you just shared. Yeah, fuck fentanyl. You know what I mean? I've seen that shit takes. In the last 10 years, I've lost more friends and residents due to fentanyl overdose than heroin overdose my entire recovery.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Fentanyl's killing. You're playing Russian roulette with a full fucking chamber, and I just wish you could. I mean, there's times I want to take guys out in the backyard. Let me beat some steps into you, dude.
Yeah.
Let me show you just how powerless you really are. You better come to believe, because if you don't, you're going to die. Because I felt that's what God did with me. He beat my ass. He literally did. And thank God for that beating. Thank you, God. I'm so grateful for everything I've walked through today. Every good, bad, trial, tribulation. It's like Job. I'm gonna praise God for everything, man.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So I don't know. Is that
That's amazing.
Yeah.
Yeah,
You're
you're
good.
good.
Good, bro.
I don't know, man. I ride a badass Harley.
Yeah, he does.
You know what I mean? I went from a Huffy to a Harley.
There you go.
Yeah.
Mark.
Like,
there you go. Oh my God.
I have
used
a
to have a
beautiful
Huffy.
wife, man. A beautiful grandchild who just adores me and looks up to me, man, because I'm sober today. You know what I mean? He wants to be like me. And I'm like, nobody ever wanted to be like Dino.
Right.
Man, I was sleeping in gas station bathrooms, man. Piss state gas, you know what I mean? Stealing from oh God.
Beautiful.
Yeah.
Thank
I got
you.
a beautiful life today, man. Beautiful. And I'm not rich. I don't have a lot of money, but I'm rich in spirit, man.
For sure.
There's in Chronicles, I think it's Chronicles firsthand, it says there's a prayer called the Prayer of Jabez.
Oh yeah.
You've heard of it. Bless me indeed and expand my territory. And that's what, and I'm involved with my church too. My church is a really small little church, man. My pastor, he's amazing. He shows us how to get involved. You know, the message of this morning and in daily reflections was about helping others, getting out. You got to get out and reach, you know, like what you guys are doing. I mean, the platform that you guys have right now, you're able to reach so many people in such a positive manner. And like I said, I don't care if you go to AANA,
Totally.
Celebrate Recovery, CA, BADA.
You can even go to Restoration Recovery on Wednesday nights in Mission Viejo, right, Ian? I see Ian put up the little flyer. Hopefully everybody could show up. That's local to California tomorrow, right? We're gonna be there.
There's
At
such a
least me and Natalie are
stigma
going.
with people, like, you know, like they go to a meeting and go, I had a bad experience, so I don't want to go anymore.
Oh, I hear that all the time.
You know what I mean? And it's
I'm like, cool, go to another one.
Go to
Go
a
to
different
another
one.
one.
There's
They're
so
all
many.
cool.
Oh, but that same guy shares.
You know what my sponsor said to me, because I was that person that would, because I never loved to go to meetings, and I told my sponsor that same exact, because I had such a shitty attitude, and she goes, what did you give to that meeting? Did you share? Did you go up and talk to somebody?
Did
or
you
did you
reach
sit
out?
Did you sit in the back like a little brat and try to take like you normally do and then walk and leave?
Well, see, that's just it. The whole thing is, people got to realize I'm a taker.
100%.
Take. Today I learned how to give.
Yes. And not expect anything in return.
Exactly.
Yes.
Like when I do a nice thing, man, I'm not out posting up. Oh, I gave a guy bought him lunch today, man. Like, that's between you and God, man. You know what I mean? So it's learning, because we do. I'm first to admit I have a little ego.
Sure.
You know what I mean?
Everybody does.
Like, but you know what pride is, though? This is poor relationship, insecure decisions, enslaving.
I haven't heard that one.
That's right, because I just came up with it. No. Actually, I came up with it a couple weeks ago, because during the Pride, I was like, I hear affirmations for like nuts.
Sure. Oh, yeah.
Not understanding
Oh, yeah.
the
Nuts.
steps.
I think Chuck does that.
Chuck says
right?
it all the time.
Right? You know, ego, edging God out.
Yep.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I love those
Me
affirmations.
too.
Man.
They're good.
All right, we got some hands raised up
All
in
right.
here. let's.
Oh yeah. Before we go, just because I saw this, what's your Facebook? Because Tori and the group, what's your name so that they can tune in and listen to your lives every day?
Okay, well, I do a live morning meditation. It's Dino Roca.
Emily will type it in the.
La Roca.
Or you can go to Sober Soldiers Apparel. There's two pages, and it comes up on the Sober
Is it
Soldiers.
Dino Roca like spelt like that?
Deno.
Deno.
Yeah, Deno. Rocha.
Rocha.
Yeah, and I read a few scripture, and then I read some daily reflections. And it's really weird because when I do the readings, I'll share a little something, and then I'll open up the book, and it's reflects on what I just
What
shared.
you just shared.
Yeah,
it's amazing.
It's amazing.
And somebody shared the little thing that you were talking about, your numbers. It's called the Palm Pilot.
The palm. Oh, yeah, that's what it
Yeah.
was.
It was called the Palm Pilot.
Yeah.
See, they didn't have that shit in Canada, Shane. You guys didn't get
Couldn't
that.
afford it, bro. Too poor.
Yeah, too poor up
Too
there.
poor, yeah.
In your
Too poor.
on
Oh,
your,
is that where you're from, Canada?
yeah, it's
Hey,
Canada on
Canada,
on an Indian
fan.
reservation
Yeah.
apparently.
Should we get into the share?
All right, Lena
Lena,
is
hey,
up.
Lena.
Lena is up first.
Hi, Lena.
Hi, Lena.
Hey, how's it going all? I miss y'all.
Miss
Miss
you.
you too.
Great share tonight. I loved it. You remind me so much of my brother. And for those of you who don't know, I lost my brother it's been we're coming up on 5 months now that
my condolences.
he was he was in the sober living. He was in treatment. He was there at Hope by the Sea, and then he transferred to a sober living house, and he was starting to struggle with his cravings. So he left, and within 24 hours he was dead, fentanyl poisoning. And I mean, I'd heard some other things that I just wasn't really ready to talk about yet. It took me some time to kind of process the whole thing, but it goes back to like what you were saying, when you're high and when you're in that place, it just, there's some, like, all hell breaks loose. Like, just, it's like opening Pandora's box times 10. And I can only imagine what happened that night that he died. But the interesting thing, I'll come back to that in a second. The interesting thing that has brought me to terms with losing my brother is, growing up and loving addicts my entire life. My first experience, believe it or not, with loving addicts was when, I was an infant. I was 2 years old. My dad was an addict. He was a dealer. My mom was, his little crimey, there with him. And I remember them telling the story about them getting raided when I was 2 years old, and my dad stashing balloons in my diaper and just crazy shit. And so I had to like go back and think like, fuck, when you're stuck in the disease and when you get pulled back into, thank you, Alicia, when you get, pulled back into your addiction full throttle, all hell breaks loose, and there's just like nothing but destruction that happens, and so many people, places, things are left in the aftermath. But what I like the most about your share is that it doesn't matter. None of that matters. What matters is you sitting right there, being able to share and giving back, and letting people know that there is hope, there is recovery. We do recover. Our loved ones do recover. And, it was really hard to say that for a long time. The last 5 months have been really rough. And I was angry. And I was cursing everything and everyone. And it was hard to look at the Hopeaholics, and, they've given me so much love. They've given me so much support. They loved my brother too. And I know my time's up, but I see that the program works, and it works for so many people. And I want it to work for so many people, and I want to continue to support everybody who's doing the work, putting the work in, and I want to be there and support y'all. And I'm just so thankful to have been a part of this, and I see you guys, and I see how you guys have evolved since the beginning, and I'm just so thankful. And you guys were so incredible. You guys showed up at my brother's services, and I can't even thank you guys enough for that. You guys have no idea what happened. I'll tell you just briefly, but my brother, I've heard stories that he wasn't even able to get his hands on the fentanyl, that he had gotten high that night and then looked for another fix, but he couldn't get another fix, but he went into psychosis from the fentanyl. And so there's speculation that there was foul play, and I know that you guys noticed this at his services, that he was beaten to a pulp. He had bruises and scrapes, his hands. I'm sure you guys noticed this when you guys were there with me, and just stuff that I didn't want to deal with. I was pushing it way back, but I had to remind myself I've loved addicts my whole life, and I'm not gonna stop. Dead or alive, I still love that addict. So anyways, I just wanted to share that, and you remind me so much of him, Papa Roach, and I'm just so thankful for your recovery and you sharing today.
Thank you.
So sorry I went over 2 minutes, guys. I'll give it back.
We love you, Lena.
Yeah. Thank you.
Notice we didn't mute you.
Yeah, exactly. We love you.
And that's because, when it's something along those lines, it's so powerful to me. The whole reason that we sit in this room together is because of the fentanyl crisis. It's bigger than that, but that was the thing that brought us all together in this room. That none of this would ever have existed had had I not lost my son-in-law. And out of that tragedy came something beautiful and something powerful. And I just want to assure you that your brother's death won't go in vain either. What is happening is thousands, tens of thousands, hundreds of thousands of people's lives are being saved because of the death of these people right now, including my son-in-law. And and we are the voice. And when I say we, I'm talking about all of us that are in this movement. There is a lot of people in this Recover Out Loud movement, and we are going to make a difference. We will make a difference.
100%.
And the reason why I know some of this stuff is because, like, I was trying to put out a post today, but I've been having a really hard time talking to my phone the last 2 weeks. But God, the devil, the evil one, is trying to distract the fuck out of me. Like, he is throwing wrenches at the Hopeaholics, at me, at all of the stuff that we're doing. Like, you cannot even believe. And that is how I know that what we're doing
100.
is what we are supposed to be doing. And if he thinks for a second that I'm going to lay down and get out of the way, he's got another thing.
Messing with the wrong one.
Right.
He's messing with the wrong one.
Well, I used to be a Satan soldier. I was a soldier for Satan, man. I was out there doing the evil. Today, doing God's work. And
look, the devil doesn't like it when you're doing God's work.
Yeah, no.
And
No.
I get it. But you know what? All you have to do is just continue doing God's work, because God is way more powerful. Way more powerful.
Amen.
I went through probably one of the hardest months in a long, long time in my life. And because of God, we're getting through it and getting on the other side of it. And there's always hope, and that is what the Hopeaholics are about, is giving everybody that glimmer of hope that you need to get to the other side, to just make it through one more day, man. Never ever leave 5 minutes before the miracle happens.
Oh yeah.
Which just means don't ever leave.
Yeah. It's just
Because the miracles are coming every day. Like, if an addict like me can get sober and do what we're doing, like, I'm that guy. I'm like you, man. I put meth in my veins, but as soon as I put meth in my veins, I'm straight psychotic.
right.
I go into a meth-induced psychosis, and I immediately start working for the CIA. So, anyways, let's get moving on this. I see lots and lots of hands up. Mitch, you got 2 minutes 34 seconds.
All right. Love you guys. Glad to see you all back. My name is Mitch, and I am a recovering grateful addict from drugs and alcohol. Great share, Papa Roach. That was truly amazing. And keep up the good work. I'm going to try to follow you on Facebook to check out some of the stuff you've been doing. And keep it up. May God bless you. And keep doing what you're doing. That story is crazy. A little few things. I've done a little bit of everything. I'm glad I never got too out of control, but there was a few times. But there was like 2 months worth of meth run, and it's no joke out there. I just wanted to share about that, but mostly, the thing that's mostly been freaking me out a little bit is seeing my dad. He's a retired truck driver, so he's just been becoming a little bit of an addict now. Once I saw him the other day, so I just texted him literally after all you guys have been talking about it, so telling him to be careful, and that fentanyl is no joke. So we have to keep praying and for our loved ones and a lot of people, because I still remember that situation when 2 years ago, the neighbor apparently got laced with fentanyl and she was dead right outside of my friend's house, for like a couple of hours while cops were around trying to investigate and like figure out what to do with the body and whatnot. And so it's very freaky, and it's no joke. So it's tough to see and to hear. So you got to make sure you know what you're smoking and be careful, or it's just don't do it. And we're here for you. I'm always grateful to still be here as a recovering addict from smoking weed all the time. I wanted to read a few verses real quick. It's all about plans, right? Commit to the Lord whatever you do, and He will establish your plans. Proverbs 16:3. And the Bible warns us that we don't know how long life is. When we make our plans, we should remember that our sovereign God holds each day in His hands. Plan and pray within His will. So yes, prayer is, Father, we remain in you forever, sovereign Lord. Teach us to remember you and help us to stay sober. And we love you and thank you in Jesus' holy mighty name. So thank you guys, and I love you guys.
Thanks,
Amen.
Mitch.
Hey, Chad.
Zemzo.
You got Eric.
Oh, Eric.
Eric.
Eric. Yeah, I know Eric.
Eric Archie. Yeah, that's one of my boys. Man.
Ah,
Small
nice.
world,
Eric,
small world.
welcome, buddy.
Yeah.
Haven't
That's
seen you in a
awesome.
while, but yay. Nice. Chuck Zemzow. Was that
What's
good?
going on, everybody?
Hi,
My name's
Chuck.
Chuck. I'm an alcoholic. I'm grateful I woke up today instead of coming to.
That's right.
I was a poster boy for the Yets. You're eligible too. Every meeting I sat in, that ain't gonna happen to me yet. That ain't gonna happen to me yet. That ain't gonna happen to me yet. But all them yets came to fruition, and talking about that God and turning point. I struck gold today. Talked about that in the daily reflections, and giving back and sharing freely what's been given to me is a gift and a blessing. I'm coming up on 16 years on the 2nd of August, and I'll tell everybody right now that this year and reflecting and a lot of things coming up in my life has changed this past year, and I love it. I love all the things that have happened. Even the bad things that have happened, I still like it because it still stacks as a win when they talk about wins on here. Good early direction, dog spelled backwards, however you want to put it. It's been giving me the life I have today. Came from a car show on the drive home, listening to the speaker, and great speak. I loved it. You can talk 12 steps with me all day long. Because the first 3 are a foundation. Start working on 4, 5, 6, and the rest keep going on. I got to do number 1 as perfect as possible, so the rest come in line. And that's just the way I look at it. If I can't do number 1, I can't do anything else. But I have people in my circle today. I have people to reach out to today. And I'm there for the person that's still sick and suffering and don't have to die in silence. Because I was in silence for a long time. And I'm grateful I don't have to be that way. You know, I can't look through the forest to the trees. My sponsor told me that. My sponsor showed me the way, and many others have shown me the way. I'm not going to shoot the messenger. So if somebody's at a meeting or anywhere, there's something I don't want to hear, that's what I'm supposed to be hearing today, period. I got to work on me on that. If I don't want to hear that, well, for me, I'm going to have to hear that. So I'm not going to shoot the messenger. And then, you know, I'll end it with this. And I heard this from my buddy yesterday, and I wrote it down. I'd rather stay green and going than rather stay ripe than rot. And that's all I got.
Nice.
Nice,
Thank
Chuck.
Yeah, and Shane, did you hear that one that he said?
Barely.
What?
Barely.
Okay, you're having a rough time.
Having a rough, yeah. It's the last 5 minutes has been tough sitting here. I'm not gonna
Oh
lie.
yeah, that's right. He can't sit
I'm not
down.
gonna lie.
Let's all
He has,
say a little
issue.
prayer for
Yeah.
Shane here.
Shane's booty cheeks.
Who's next? Joe.
Joe
Joe's
B.
in the car.
Joe,
He's
what's
moving,
going
he's shaking,
on?
Or he's dancing. We don't know. But he's in a car for sure.
No, he's not.
He's in
No,
a
he's
car.
not.
He's
He's-
inside something.
Joe, unmute
Joe B.
yourself, buddy.
You're up, Joe B.
He's driving a tractor.
Yeah, he's driving a tractor or something.
Yo, what's up,
Hey,
guys?
buddy.
There he
What's
is.
up, guys? No, I'm here. You hear me?
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
Sorry, bro. I'm on the pier. I'm a longshoreman. Yo, you guys hear me?
Yep.
You hear?
Yep.
Sorry. I'm on the pier.
Yeah, we hear
I'm
you,
a
Joe.
longshoreman, so there's ships and
I like Joe.
I love that he's at work, literally
Oh,
at
yeah.
work.
He's on the pier loading those big ships.
you hear me, right?
Yeah, oh,
Now
yeah.
we do.
Well,
Oh no,
we're lying. You're cutting in and out.
Yeah, we'll come back to you.
Yeah, we'll
come back to
I'll
you,
make
bro.
this shit quick. I don't even.
Oh,
No, he thought he was.
He
gonna
thought
be
he
quick.
we.
Joe, we're gonna come back to you.
we're gonna come back to you, bro. Give us a minute.
Not, I don't know how to say it. Nigist? Did I butcher it? Nigist, you're up.
Is that Chris?
Hi, I'm Chris.
Hey, Chris, what's up, bro?
Hey, it's Ben.
I know Chris.
It's really hard for me because I had a stroke, but wanted to say, hey guys, hey you, I've known way back. You know my dad, and thank you, man, for everything from way back. And before my stroke happened, the first time I went, the first sober, I was like, I'm out. And the last time I went, and I was good, and then my stroke happened, and I just want to say thank you, man. You helped me a lot, and every time I see you, when I see you, you know, hey man, what's going on? You sober? I love that, because I love that, And things going right now is hard from my stroke. I can't work right now, all this stuff. I'm going like this right now, but people like you guys, and all my guys tell me, dude, you almost died from a stroke, and you're doing sober right now and keeping you, and I need to be better for my son and my daughter, and it's awesome that I think God, for me, helped me to get him a stroke, because when I was doing my stuff way back, I didn't care. I kept my son, my daughter, my dad. I was done, and I think God was like, here's a stroke, here, chill, bro. So thank you guys pretty much.
Thank you, Chris. Me and Chris's dad used to work together.
Oh, wow.
And Chris had been in my sober living house a couple times, and we're both stroke survivors.
Let's try Joe B.
Yeah.
Good for you, Chris. Thanks for coming in tonight.
Yeah, love you, bro.
Joe.
Joe B, we're trying you again.
What's going on, guys? Sorry, man.
That's all right.
Terrible service over here. Joe, I'm an alcoholic. How
Hey,
are
Joe.
you doing? Crazy day, crazy couple of days. Dino Bravo, that was a great qualification, bro.
Thank you, brother.
I really, I understood.
Where's my Amazon package?
How grateful you are right now. I mean, I don't work for Amazon. I'm a longshoreman, bro.
I know.
I got one of those good jobs.
Yeah, well, you do the shipping containers, right?
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah, where's my Amazon package?
I don't know. They're local. They don't come with boats. We got jewelry
That is so
and
true.
like.
Oh, my Temu. I'm sorry, my Temu.
All right, hold on. What was I going to say? Oh yeah, you said something earlier, right? Like you were robbing at 5, 6 years old.
Yeah.
And I remember doing that too. But I wasn't stealing like things I had. I stole things I didn't have.
Right.
Because we were kind of poor growing up, and I just wanted whatever I wanted when I wanted it, you know. And I noticed as an adult, I had the addict behavior, the addict tendencies, the characteristics, all that stuff before I picked up. So I was always an addict, regardless, you know. And I'm still an addict, and I'll die an addict. But the difference is, do I want to die an addict who's clean, or do I want to die an addict who's active and miserable and, you know, ruining everything, including my life? 1 second. Bro, what are you driving, blindfolded? You're going to hit somebody. What's the matter with you? Pay attention. Sorry. So I've been struggling the last couple of days. I'm sorry about that. I work with a lot of idiots. I've been struggling the last couple of days, not with actual struggles. This is my disease, and I know it's my disease because it's trying to trick me. It's the summer. Everyone's on vacation, and I'm not. And I did a lot of traveling when I was active. And, you know, I'm watching everybody on vacation, and I can't help but get these thoughts in my head that I'm missing out on a good time. You know, like you're missing out on a good time.
Right.
You're missing out on a good time. Just hop on a plane. And if I let them run rampant, I'll wind up hopping on a plane, you know, and that's me surrendering to my disease, not surrendering to God. And I try to remember none of those vacations were fun. Maybe
Right.
momentarily, or I made them out to be better than they were, but they weren't fun. And, you know, I don't have much of a social life right now. I think that's missing in my life because all I do is work. I go to the gym. I do all the things you're supposed to do as an adult, but I'm not having any fun while I'm doing it.
Mm-hmm.
And when it becomes monotonous and repetitive like that, I tend to, you know, I'll pray, but I'll just recite the words. I won't pay attention to what I'm saying. And when that happens, it's scary. Because then you start thinking, oh, shit, this doesn't work.
Mm-hmm.
But it does work. I'm just not doing it right. You know, I got 48 hours in me if I don't surrender to God. That's it. 48 hours. If I surrender to my disease, I may not pick up day 1. I may not pick up day 2. But that's it. The thought process is there. So that's all I have. I have to work a program every day. Or I might not pick up, but I won't be happy. You know, and that's the whole point of this, is to be happy. So I think something's missing. I don't know. I got to talk to my sponsor about it. I need to find something else to do in order to become even happier. But yeah, I'm so glad for this meeting because I didn't have one tonight. And then I'm looking Tuesday. I'm like, oh, shit, beautiful. Hopeaholics. So thank you for your qualification. Thanks for hearing me out, guys. And I'll talk to you soon.
All right, Joe.
Thanks, Joe.
I love that share because that's exactly what you needed to do, Joe.
Yeah.
John.
Yeah.
It's John B.
Joby.
Joby. Sorry. I don't know why I'm thinking John B, you know, like the singer. Right? No one knows that?
No.
Oh my God, really? Wow. Okay, sorry about that. But that's exactly what we're supposed to do in these meetings, is to share, because even though you don't think so right at this moment, it's going to help you out later this evening. And I think FOMO is real. We all struggle with it because we live in a social media world too. Everything looks hot and popping way more than it is. And then my brain always likes to lie and say that
Yeah.
something is way cooler than it really was.
That was a
or
good
like
time.
it was
Wasn't-
amazing. It's
Yeah.
not. It's not.
No, it's
You're
not.
not missing out on anything. Trust and
he's having a
believe.
good time right now. He's talking shit to his buddy there. He's getting up tomorrow. He's going to the gym. He's going to, I mean, that's life.
Totally.
That's
It
all.
is.
Just
That's
so
all
you
that
know-
we
just
do.
So
Well,
you
you
know,
gotta-
Joe, that's all that we do.
That's all we do.
Like
self-care.
Like I will admit, I did go on a vacation. I took a family vacation, and that's like one of the first ones I've done in like.
But that's
almost 2
like, to
years.
me, that's not really a vacation, because if you really think about it, if you really dial it back, we don't really see our families like a normal person either.
Yeah.
So like you need to also spend time with your family because they're putting up with our bullshit. Meaning like, yes, we're providing for our families and like doing all the things, but like that, I don't necessarily think that's a vacation. That's a battery recharge. Like you need to be,
Yeah.
Well,
you
the
need to spend-
self-care,
Yeah, it's
recharge,
important.
you got to find
You
stuff
do.
that makes you feel good, because if you don't,
Yes.
people are gonna drain it.
Yes.
You have
You need to
to
go. You know what you should go do? You should get yourself a massage.
Oh, Joe.
I get pedicures,
Yeah.
manicures. Yeah.
Joe B, I want you to get a massage this week.
Yeah.
Yeah. One of my massages, not one of her massages, Joe.
Oh God,
I'm
Shane.
just saying.
Do you get hemorrhoids there?
No.
All right.
Hi, Eric.
We've got a iPad going up right now.
Yeah.
Wes.
All right, 3 minutes. You're up, Wes.
Hey guys, how's everyone doing?
Good,
Hey,
Wes.
Good. So I just want to update everyone, I guess. I wasn't here for the share, sorry. So there's this game on Xbox called Jackbox TV, and they've got like 10 of them. It's like board games, but on your Xbox that you can play with your friends, and you play it on your phone, which is pretty cool. I've been playing with my little bro and my oldest niece. She just had a baby 3 months and 9 days ago, and his name's Philip, so that's pretty cool. As far as spending time with your family and your loved ones, yes, most definitely. I was pretty close with my sister. My family lost my sister on the 14th of this month. I guess she passed in her sleep, and I thought about calling her the day before, and I just said, I'll call her tomorrow, whatever, and then tomorrow for her never came, and it still hasn't hit me yet, that she's passed, and I'm kind of scared for when it does, because I know it's gonna hurt a lot, if that makes sense. And as far as my grandpa, who's 94, praise God, and he'll be 95 this next month, 5 days before I turn 41. He'll be 95, God willing. And he went to the hospital this past Thursday with pneumonia, and it started shutting down one of his kidneys. And God has been healing him, and the one of the medications for his kidneys that they gave to him has been responding wonderfully, and has started his kidney up again, and they say that he might be able to get out of the hospital as soon as tomorrow afternoon. So I'm pretty stoked about that. God is good. God is God is too legit to quit, as I always say, and no matter what we do or no matter what we've been through, God is always there for us and with us. I'm a 7-time suicide attempt survivor, and 5 of those suicide attempts came, within a 7-month period, the year after I got paralyzed from the neck down from shooting heroin. 7 weeks after being paralyzed from the neck down, or 6.5 weeks after being paralyzed, God restored the use in both my arms, but both my hands themselves are still paralyzed. But even though all that happened for me, just a week after God restoring the use of my arms, I made the not so smart and good decision. Even though I just became paralyzed from shooting heroin, I had heroin brought into me twice within the same week, and both times it was laced with fentanyl. So I OD'd in the hospital, and God literally brought me back to life every single time, both times. And I've died 5 times. Praise God. I've only overdosed 3 times. 2 of those times were in the hospital. One was from one of my suicide attempts in 2018. And, God is there, and no matter what you go through or have been through, reach out to God. He's there for you no matter what, even in our darkest times, he's there, so that's what I got. And if you guys could please continue to pray for me and my family, and please pray for my grandpa to be healed. His name's Wesley, just like mine. I got named after him, so please pray for him.
All right.
As well.
Thanks, Wes.
Wes.
Thanks, Wes.
Alicia Dominique.
Hi guys, I'm Alicia. recovering addict and alcoholic. I just realized I hit 500 days clean of alcohol.
Nice.
327 free of fentanyl and meth.
Nice.
Yeah, I've died like 10 times. So yesterday, well, a little backstory. The city that I live in Canada, it's being destroyed by fentanyl. There's tents everywhere. There's citizens and seniors being like attacked by rocks. I feel for both sides really. Somebody yesterday in what we call the Seacan village, where people who are without homes because there's been like tent fires and stuff, so we're trying to like build homes. Somebody was unresponsive and being poisoned and dying from fentanyl, and we have like this thing called news chasers, and like some people were just like commenting like, oh, this is ridiculous, they're gonna wake up and smile and laugh the next day. And so like I wrote a post because there was a mother on there who thought that it was her son. Turns out it was her son. He did pass away. But like it was just like, you don't know what you're talking about. But it's very painful. They're not laughing. It's absolutely horrible. It's not fun. Nobody wants to live that way. It turns out he was 7 years clean and he relapsed. So yeah, pretty heavy stuff. But I'm just taking it one day at a time, and I'm happy that I'm here tonight because this is exactly where I needed to be.
Wow.
That's everything. Thank you for letting me share. Also, thank you for the share, Papa Roach. That was amazing.
You're welcome. Thank you.
Papa
Alicia,
Roach.
thank you so much for sharing tonight.
Everybody knows you as Papa Roach, huh?
Yeah,
I love that.
Especially this next guy.
Yeah.
Yes. you're taking us out, Eric.
All right, can you guys hear me?
Yep.
What's up, Daddy?
Dino! What's going on? What's up, Chad?
What's happening, Eric?
My name's Eric. I'm an alcoholic, addict.
You're also Daddy.
Yeah, you can call me Daddy too. That's an inside joke, though. I have a sobriety date of August 21st, 2019, and for that, I'm grateful. I just wanted to hop on and give a shout out to Dino. You know, I spent like 4 years at First Step Sober Living. I'm the kind of addict alcoholic that needs that kind of structure for a long period of time because I did a lot of in and out. You know, the first treatment center I ever went to when I moved down to California was Hope by the Sea.
Wow.
And, you know, I didn't have my head out of my ass at that point. I had to put myself through a lot more fucking pain and suffering. And, you know, I've been through the ringer, man. And, you know, treatment helped me a lot. But the one thing that really helped me was when finally taking suggestion in the room of Alcoholics Anonymous. You know, I had been to meetings in and out of the rooms, in and out of treatment since 2013, since moving down here. Met a girl that was down here, and that started a whole thing. And, you know, running and gunning, picked up, you know, when I moved down here from Washington State, I was just a, you know, meth addict, smoking meth. And I moved to California and turned into an intravenous heroin user. Yeah, California. Woo!
Oh, yeah.
But you know what, man? Like, none of the pain for a long time was enough for me to stop. You know, kidney failure, going to the hospital with MRSA, staph, and scabies all at the same time, putting my family through, you know, coming out of kidney failure. My best idea was because of the pain of seeing my family in front. My first thought was like, man, I got to get fucking high, you know, and that's insane. You know, like my best plan was like, they wanted to put me in a long-term program. And I was like, well, here's my plan. I'm going to take all the money I have, right? And I'm going to buy a bunch of weed and I'm going to drive around the country. And my dad was like, you're fucking insane. And literally that night I was back in the Momo shooting dope. You know what I mean? But, you know, this time around, finally got enough pain, got released from jail again, and just finally was over it. I remember sitting in the grass in Costa Mesa after walking from the jail, from main jail in Santa Ana to Costa Mesa. I was sitting in the grass in the rain, and, you know, I got gaffed up by the cops again, and I was just like, something's got to change, you know, and I followed some suggestion. Krishna. And she told me I need to go check myself into the hospital and put myself into the psych ward. And I put stipulations on that. I was like, I'll do everything but that, but took suggestion. I did that. And then I went to, when I got into Dino's house, and, the rest is, I just put in some work, man. I took some suggestion, worked the steps. But yeah, man, I don't know, man. I'm grateful for the life I got today. Again, I just wanted to hop on and shout out Dino, shout out Chad. I love everything you guys are doing at the Hopeaholics podcast.
Eric, Eric, didn't you and I end up at the same treatment center for a minute?
Yeah, we did. Yeah, we went to many NA meetings together, man.
I just want to share the inside joke on why I say daddy. So he was a big part of A First Step Sober Living. So my grandson runs up to him, and his real dad is in prison. Saw Eric and started calling him daddy.
Oh my God.
Yeah. So the joke is that like he's daddy. So
yeah, I've known Eric a long ass time. When was the first time that you went to treatment? How long ago was that?
2013 was when I went to Hope by the Sea.
Damn, dude.
Yeah, he was a derelict when he showed up at my house.
Yeah, I mean, I watched his whole cycle because I know your aunt really well.
That's
and
cool.
Yeah, but Eric actually is another person that saw me struggle as a treatment center owner, and it can happen to anybody.
Yeah, that does not discriminate.
It doesn't
care who you are, where you're from.
Relapse is part of my story, and you know what? I'm just proud. I was so proud when to hear your clean date when you just said it right now, because you got some time under your belt, and I do scroll through your stuff and watch your stuff every once in a while on the Instagram.
That's awesome.
And it's just so nice to see people finally get.
And he goes on like rad vacations with his family to like Germany. His dad used to send food to the house. Like from Seattle. Yeah. They're big Seattle Seahawks fans.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Which is kind of gay.
You guys, before I forget, because I know we're closing up, I just want to give a major shout out. Meeks just celebrated 3 years on Sunday. So shout out to her. And then Chuck Zamzow is coming up on August 2nd. You got a big 1-6. So, you guys are definitely, big birthdays in the house. So keep doing the deal. And we appreciate you guys.
Eric's going to have one coming up, right, Eric?
Oh, yeah. Eric, when's it? When is when?
August
5th?
Yeah.
Amazing.
Then I want to get selfish for a second. I apologize. I want to get Joe B's Instagram. Can you tell Joe B to send us his Instagram handle or phone number?
He can hear you.
Joe, could you send us your information? I've been trying to get into the longshoremen in New York for a while.
Oh my God. You guys,
and I can't break in the fucking union.
We're dancing out.
Just so you know, we don't have the same rules as Narcotics Anonymous. We do whatever the fuck we want around here. So Joe, we mix business and pleasure.
Drop your line if you could get me into the Sherman, bro. I'd love that.
No hemorrhoids allowed.
We're all about promotion and attraction.
Yeah, bro.
But both. Both.
Yeah,
anyway, get your Sober Soldier merch.
Yes, get your soldier merch. Don't take it off. Are you dancing now? Uh-oh, he's dancing.
No,
he's getting naked right now.
He must be wearing a shirt. There you go.
The guns are out. The buns are out.
There we go.
SoberSoldiersGuys.com. Get yours today.
Oh, sick. That a boy.
And if you need to, if any of you bald guys out there are looking to grow some hair,
no, guys, let's dance out.
Go ahead and give me a call.
Guys,
I got to hook up at the hair club for men.
I cannot. You guys, everyone, turn your cameras on. We're dancing out before.
I need everybody to have their cameras on because we're done.
What?
Let's go. Let's go.
Are we dancing?
Yeah, because G said to put my camera on. He's dancing already. We hadn't even started yet.
G said put the camera on. Huh?
I mean, G said to put my wig on.
Oh. I was like, I didn't see G on here.
Unfortunately, I'm not wearing a wig. This is the real deal right here.
Me too.
57, man.
Me too.
Natalie ain't wearing her wig tonight.
No, that's not. That's why I said the boys.
If I would have known you guys were wearing wigs, I would have worn my hair out today. Just fit in, man. You know what I mean?
All right. Has everybody got their camera on? Let's go. Hands in the air. Hands in the air. Let's go.
Hi, Charlie.
Yeah. Great.
God,
grant me the serenity to accept the things I cannot change, the courage to change the things I can, and the wisdom to know the difference. And if you don't feel better after you shared tonight, just go ahead and hit Shane up. He will Venmo you $50. $50.
50. Bye,
we love you guys.
Love you. See you all next week.
Thank you all.